Alright, so this is how you play Decibel by Tiny Moving Parts. And first off, the tuning is starting at the 6th string, D, A, E, A, C sharp, E, and then there's a capo at the 5th. So it gives you... Alright, so the song starts off with this octave chord kind of... And basically you're just at 12 on the 6th string, you mute the 5th, and then you're at 10 on the 4th string. And I'll be referring to all the tabs as if the capo was off, so you don't have to do any math to keep it easy. Alright, so that's the intro and the chorus, and it's basically just a couple chords and then a quick little tap part. So the first chord is you're going to be open on the 6th and 5th, and then you're going to be at 10 on the 4th and 9 on the 3rd. And we'll be using these chords kind of throughout the whole song. There's no really like, it kind of has a weird structure to it, and the endings kind of change and that sort of thing, but this is one of the main chords throughout the song. Second one, you're at 9 and 9 on the 5th and 6th, and then you're at 7 on the 4th, and then you just slide that shape up to 12 and 10. So you slide it from, you're at 12 and 12 on the 6th and 5th, and then you're at 10 on the 4th, and then you repeat back to the open, again at 7 7 5, then you switch to the next chord, which is at 7 7 and 9. So it kind of just plays that, goes up one and then goes down on the second. And then after you do it once, you kind of have this stopping part. Just open, you're not fretting anything. And then you do the tap part. You first pick the 3rd string open, and then you hammer on at 7 and 9. Then you take your picking hand, and you hammer on at 12, and pull off to open. And then you hammer on and off the 7th again. So altogether slow, it sounds like. And then it goes right after that back into the... And then that brings you to the verse. And the verse part is this is the hardest part of the song, these little 2 different tapping sections. So they sound like this. So I'm still having a little hard time playing it at speed, but these are the notes. So I'm going to break it up into 2 different sections. First section sounds like this. And you start by just hitting the open 6th string, and then the open 5th string, and then you hammer on it at 9 and 10. And it's kind of these like little arpeggios that go up and down. So to finish off that arpeggio, you then pick the 2nd string open. So it'll sound like this. And then the next section of that is... And again, you're on the 2nd string here. So after you pick that open, then you hammer on at 6 and 8. And you go all the way up and down. So open... 6, 8, 6, open. but you do it all with hammer-ons and pull-offs. So you only pick it once, and then you go down to the third string, and you hammer on from 7 to 9, and then you pull off at 9 to open. So you don't go up and down like you did on the second string. You kind of just go up, pull off, and then your last note is going to be the open fourth string. So that whole part will sound like this slow. So that whole first section of this tapping verse sounds like this. And then the second section of this tapping verse, you're going to hammer on the 6th string at 9. And you're not going to pick because you have to have your finger up here at 17 to tap. So you're at 17 on the 4th string. You pull off to open, hammer on at 9 and 10. And then the next note is going to be the 5th string open, which I kind of pluck with my thumb of my right hand, and then hammer on at 9. So that's kind of the first section of that arpeggio. And then the next part, I'm on the 3rd string, tapping at 17. And your right hand will just stay at 17, kind of going up and down the strings. So the next part sounds like this. And this part's a little tricky. So here you're on the 17 at the 3rd string, and you pull off, but you have to have the 7 fretted here. And then you pull off that 7. So it goes 17, pull off to 7, pull off to open. And then again at the 17 on the 4th string, pull off to open, and then hammer on the 10, and then you finish with the 17th on the 3. So this is the hardest part, so I'll try to play it as slow as I can. So you kind of have to mute some of the strings with your left hand, and it took me a long time to actually get that to sound like it does now. So and that's the whole tapping section. So I'll play the whole thing slow. And then after those 2 tapping sections, it goes to a much easier. Which you just slide up to the 12 on the 6th. And then pick open, you go 6. And then open on the 4th and the 5th. And then you're playing open on 2 and 3. And then you slide to 11 on the 6th. And repeat the same open notes. And then that verse is played twice. And then that's, like I said, the hardest section of the song. So that's probably, the time you'll spend most trying to figure out. And then after the first verse, it goes back to a chorus. But there's 3 chords that separate the end of the verse into the chorus. So the end of the chorus will sound like this. And it's the same chords that we used before. The first one's that open one where it's open on 6, 5, you're at 10 on 4, and then you're at 9 on 3. 7, 7 on 5 and 6, and then 9 on 4. And then you just play everything open. And then that'll bring you back into the second chorus. And then the ending of that chorus, there's a little bit of a change. So the only difference there is there's this little octave section. So it goes. And here you're just playing open on the 6th. You start at 9 on the 5th. You mute the 4th, and then 9 on the 3rd. And then you slide that shape from 9 to 12. And then after that, you do that tapping part from before, where you're at the 3rd string. You pick it open, hammer on 7 and 9, 12, pull off, on and off of 7. And then you get to the quiet breakdown part where it's kind of like this piano part, and it's really hard to hear what the guitar's doing, but it's playing some variation of these notes. And this shape here is just I'm at 10 on 4, 9 on 3, and 8 on 2. I haven't really figured out what he's actually playing on guitar. But then after that little section, it goes to a palm muting part. Plays that part twice, and the palm mutes are, the first one's open. Second is 7, 7, 9 on 6, 5, 4. Then you slide up to 9, 9, and 10 on the 4th string. And then here you're at 12 and 14 on the 4th. Slide back down to 7, 7, 9. And then that repeats twice at the end of that palm muting part. It plays that first tapping part that we did in the verse again. So it doesn't play the second, more challenging part. It just plays the... And then you're just playing the chords up the first time, and then down the second time. And then there's this little drum fill part, and then it'll go back into the chorus of chords. And you come in after the double snare hit. And so you gotta listen to it carefully. But then it plays 2 choruses, just straight through. And then on the 3rd chorus, it plays again that same verse part, but interlaid in between the choruses. And that's the whole song, Decibel by Tiny Moving Parts. I hope this video helps you learn the song. Like and subscribe for more videos like this, and let me know in the comments which song you want me to do next. Thanks for watching.